Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Meslin. I am your mental fitness trainer here on YouTube, and welcome to Mental Training with Mez, where this channel is dedicated towards the sole purpose of literally training our minds. So we are engaged in an activity that is intended to strengthen the concentration and focus muscles of our mind, because these muscles are very, very vital to our happiness, to the power that we have to heal and create at will. And so when these muscles are healthy, we have the power to do whatever it is we desire to do. It's one of the biggest reasons to mentally train, because to mentally train is to master yourself. You come into self-mastery by mentally training. And what you're able to do when you master yourself is anything that you can conceive of creating, anything that you desire to see and experience in this life, you can bring it into fruition. And the beauty about engaging in faith-based mental training is that you guarantee that the process is harmonious and graceful. So you're not necessarily feeling or even actually engaging and taking from someone else, sacrificing, going about it in a very disharmonious or discordant way. The way we're able to manifest the life that we desire to manifest when we're mentally disciplined, when we mentally train, is one of harmony. So we're actually supporting one another through that process, and no one gets to not have the desire that they desire to have fulfilled. So we allow ourselves to come into mastery of self, to go through the grueling process of mastering ourselves for the purpose of guaranteeing that we can bring into reality whatever it is we desire to bring into reality. Because one thing I always say on this channel, the only thing that is standing in the way of the life that we desire to see and experience is simply being undisciplined. We're not being specifically mentally disciplined. So we're allowing ourselves to be distracted by life. We're going off course. So we are here to bring a life uniquely our own into fruition. And the things that happen during that process are either going to serve as distractions or serve as lessons that we learn, and we're able to move through them. And so where I found myself along my journey of the human experience is that I was looking at my life, and I was honest enough to see that this is not the life that I know that I'm capable of creating if I'm really being disciplined, if I'm really serious about the vision I have, if I'm really willing to give up little distractions and give up habits that I know no longer serve me, break free of any limiting beliefs. If I really actually engage in doing these things, there's no way I can't have the life that I desire to have. And so what I had to do was simply give myself permission to take a very non-biased, non-judgmental assessment of myself. And I realized I'm not as disciplined with myself as I could be. And so what brought about this long journey of self-mastery was realizing that it's mentally. Mentally, I have to make the choice to be disciplined, and then I can work on whatever is getting in the way of that choice. And that's what we learn as we begin to mentally train. We realize that it's really us. We are self-sabotaging ourselves. So we're not using the power of self-discipline to manifest the life we desire the way we're supposed to. We're using the power of self-mastery to basically make choices and take action that doesn't really benefit us. So we have a lot of habits, we have a lot of beliefs that aren't necessarily beneficial to the person that we really desire to be, because the person that we desire to be actually wants to live a life that is probably not currently the one we're living. So when we realize, okay, I just got to get mentally disciplined, that's the only thing getting in my way, you come to understand that self-mastery is mental discipline. That's all self-mastery is. It's coming into the understanding that I first have to learn to make choices and take actions that I'm in alignment with. To say you're going to do something and then do something else, you're creating disharmony. And if you're creating disharmony within yourself, you are creating it in your life experience. And so what I wanted to do was, how about we actually go back to the fundamentals? if mental discipline is self-mastery, and self-mastery gives me a guarantee that I can bring into fruition what I desire to bring into fruition without creating harmony, or without creating disharmony or taking or being greedy about it, then that's the path I want to take. And then I have to acknowledge that that particular path is going to require that I change habits, that I change my belief system, and really begin to challenge every belief I hold. And so now I have to look at life a certain way. I have to engage with life a certain way. And all of this requires that my mind be on board. And so we are here to literally strengthen our concentration and focus muscles, because to mentally train means to master yourself. And if we're going to master ourselves, we've got to be paying attention to ourselves. But life gives us permission to pay attention to ourselves without disrupting life itself. And so if you're a mother, if you're a business person, if you're, in the medical field, whatever field you're in, this particular mental training that we do allows you to really engage in mental training without causing disruption to your life. So it's a form of training that really seamlessly blends in with your getting mentally stronger, just using your day-to-day activities as practice. And so to master ourselves, we've got to be paying attention to ourselves. And if we're paying attention to ourselves, then we can begin to see, okay, maybe I do engage or indulge in this a little too much. And I can see that it's not allowing me to maintain the vision that I have for my life. Maybe I've never really thought about the vision for my life. And let me sit down and really write down what is the vision I have for my life. And then once you begin to just realize, like, there's some spots in your life that you could really tighten up on, that you can really get discipline in, you realize that it's only making the choices. So once you make the choice to get discipline because you want to guarantee your results, then it's just a matter of paying attention, really paying attention. And so what we're doing is going back to the fundamentals. If I'm going to be mentally disciplined, it means I'm going to master myself. And if I'm mastering myself, it means I have to be paying attention to myself at all times. Because again, being mentally lazy about the process, that means you're being mentally lazy about other things in life. So we don't want to be mentally lazy about anything in our life, because we only get this life to live. And we have the power. Again, self-mastery means you have the power to bring into fruition what you desire to bring into fruition, because you would have been proof of your own transformation. So only you can really master yourself. But to master yourself, you are going to have to be the master of self. And so that requires going back to the fundamentals, really learning to pay attention. And if paying attention is crucial in this process, then what we're doing right now is simply strengthening our concentration and focus muscles, the mental muscles of our mind. All right. So I hope you're wearing comfortable clothing, because we are going to be sitting for 15 minutes straight. Make sure you're in a space where you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes. If you have difficulty focusing on your breathing, because that is the focal point of this this form, it is meditation, but I like to call it mental training. If you are not accustomed to focusing on the breath, you're not used to sitting silent and still, then you can use meditation beads. Every bead represents an inhale and exhale. So you'll take an inhale, exhale, then move on to the next bead, inhale, exhale, move on to the next bead. Also, stretch, drink some water, use the restroom, wiggle around a bit. That does help to really get settled in for the fact that you are going to be sitting 15 minutes straight. Now, again, if this seems like too much, like you really don't feel like you're ready to meet this challenge, then I have 5-minute mental training sessions and 10-minute mental training sessions. It's okay. I really feel you do have to begin with 5 minutes to get to the point where you're at 15 minutes comfortably. Because even in the 15 minutes yesterday was my proof that I was struggling. And so it's good to just start with the basics and then work your way up to 15 minutes. So just do some of the previous videos. Please provide yourself with back support. I really want you to sit with your spine erect and elongated, and also sit in a position where you know you are alert but relaxed. So make sure you're in a space where you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes should you desire to do so. All right, guys, let's get started. So, like I said, the form of training we do is called faith-based mental training. We are going to be focusing on the breath because the breath is life, and life is the very thing that you need to know. If you can master yourself, you are mastering life, but you're mastering life in a very harmonious and graceful way with this form of training, which is going to make everything that you create from this state of being fulfilling, and you'll also be able to sustain it, because so long as you are mastering yourself, you're never going to waste anything and you're never going to overindulge in anything. So you maintain a very healthy balance by mentally training and becoming master of yourself. So we focus on the breath. The breath is the only focal point of this form of training. So what we're going to do is simply intentionally take air in and intentionally release it. So all you're doing is inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And this is the process of focusing on the breath and intentionally breathing that is strengthening our concentration and focus muscles. All we need to learn to do is master paying attention to life, because the breath is life. All right? So on the count of three, we're just going to take some big breaths as a form of a warm up so that you can really get a feeling for the inhale, exhale, connected, not holding your breath, not pausing. All right. And then I'll start the timer. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3, big breath. Again, big breath. Last one, big breath. And begin. We are intentionally breathing in and out without pausing, without holding our breath. We are breathing in and out of our nose, mouth closed. You're holding the body still, maintaining an alertness and relaxation. Intentionally breathing in, intentionally breathing out. Eyes can be open or closed. It's up to you. You got 13 minutes. In and out of our nose, mouth closed, breathing fluidly, no pausing, no holding your breath, just breathing on purpose, breathing in, breathing out. Go with whatever rhythm you feel comfortable with. We're simply breathing in and out, in and out. We're staying focused on our breathing by intentionally connecting the inhale with the exhale with the inhale. No pausing, no holding our breath. 10 minutes. Hold your form. Breathe through any discomfort you're feeling. Obviously, if you need to move, go ahead, make adjustments, but to the best of your ability, maintain form. In and out. We're breathing in and out. Every inhale gets a connected exhale. Every exhale gets a connected inhale. We're focused on the inhale and exhale flow of our breathing. 5 minutes. We're focused on the inhale and exhale by simply intentionally breathing in and intentionally breathing out. We are alert and relaxed. One minute. Big breath. All right, guys, that was our 15-minute mental training session. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. This is one of the hardest things we are ever going to do. Self mastery is actually mental mastery. So, to master yourself in the physical world, you have to master yourself first in the mental world. And so, to do that, all we have to do is be willing to strengthen our concentration focus muscles. When we strengthen these muscles, the way in which we're strengthening them is by focusing on life itself. That means we're going to be paying better attention to how we speak, to how we're doing things. Are you putting all of your effort into it? Are you giving all your heart to it? Are you putting all your energy into it? Or are you half-assing? Because self-mastery is the guarantee to getting the life we desire. So long as we come into mastery of ourselves, if we can conceive it, then that means the individual that can conceive it can bring it to life. That's how we've been designed. That is one of the powers of being mentally disciplined. It's that anything that we desire to have, to see, to experience, to be, to do can come into fruition. And when you are focused on life in that process, the way you go about it is going to be harmonious and graceful, unapologetic and beautiful. It's an artistic expression when we actually come into mastery of ourselves. Like the video that you got your training in, I got 41 clients. I should see 41 likes. There's no reason to be wasting your time. I am the mental fitness trainer for you. I can get you into mental shape, but I need to know that you are ready for that. So like that button, let me know you got your training in. Subscribe to the channel if you are on board with becoming mentally trained. If not, this channel ain't a channel for you to waste your time with. Subscribe if you are ready to have the life that you desire and you want to hold yourself accountable, because I will do that for you. Hit that notification button, and that's my way of checking in on you to say, hey, did you get your training in? Because the moment you see this video, ask yourself, did you get your training in? And then if you haven't, lock in. And that is it, I think. Oh, let me know what you thought of the training. Let me know if it was difficult for you, if it was easy for you, anything you feel I could do better. Let me know. I want us to realize that our potential is the incentive for all of this. The fact that we can be more, that we can do more, that we could have more is all the more reason why we should master ourselves, because that is a guarantee that we will go after fulfilling that potential that we have. I'll see you guys tomorrow.